these raid tickets, or raid coupons, I believe they're called, right? Raid coupon, exactly. So at the end of every battle, you'll get these raid coupons, and when you beat the boss, the raid itself, you'll get additional raid coupons. And you can spend these raid coupons in the shop to buy these items. I would recommend buying all of them because they are upgrade materials that are normally, you have to pay actual gold, actual other currency that you need for other things for. So whenever they're up, I'd say, go ahead and buy them because they're going to be very good. And as you can see, these new products, the basic products, they refresh every however many hours. Unfortunately, I didn't see when it started. I'm assuming about 8, which is the reset for like the free summons, right? So, and if you don't want to wait, you can click refresh right there, and you can do it 3 times a day. Now, for this bottom one, the raid products, it's a little bit cut off, but when you buy out all these raid products, you will be able to get the step up reward. And the first step up reward is going to be the Fate Core for, I believe, Gale, Desert Treasure Hunter, and we'll talk about them a little bit more later. But after you buy all these products, which they're kind of expensive, I think they're like 1,800 of the raid coupons each, you get to unlock that. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure this is how it's going to work. Unless you use the 50 Zest to reset this, you're not going to be able to get new items to move on to the second tier, which is going to be the Holy Water of the Universe. And, the third tier, which is the Creation Spirit King, 4th tier, 5th tier, etc. Now, you're really going to want to get the 5th tier because these yellow items, these faded items, as you know, faded items are hard to get and they're really good. So you're going to want them. So I'd say that you definitely should spend the Zest on this if you do need to spend Zest on this. I'm hoping what it is that at every time the server resets, the day resets, this shop will reset too, but I have my doubts because the basic products, it tells you when it resets and this bottom one it doesn't. So I'll confirm tomorrow in the comment section below. I'll probably pin my comment to let you know if it does reset or not, which I'm assuming it doesn't. All right. So you're going to want to do this. You're going to want to get everything you can and, get hold to this last reward. Perfect. So now that we've gone over kind of the basics, I'm going to go over kind of the strategies on how to beat this. So actually, before we go into strategy, I wanted to talk a little bit about the raid coupons and the efficiency of, doing these different raids, right? So as I mentioned, it gets harder and harder to do based on, the Red Baker's the easiest and the White Warlord is the hardest. Now, I'm hoping what it is at reset, these will also reset and let you clear them again, because as you can see, I've cleared them and I can't do them anymore. So you can't anymore today. Oh, okay, and you can't anymore today. So that by that, we would assume that means it resets at the day reset. So that's perfect. So when these, you're going to want to be able to do these before reset, because these two, the second and the third, are much more efficient at getting the raid coupons than the first one. And I'll tell you why. So these raids are not designed to clear in one go. Now, if you're strong enough, you can probably clear them in one go, but I'm assuming most of them are not strong enough. Most of us aren't strong enough. And on average, I'd say it's going to take everybody 3 runs to be able to clear once. So to be able to take down a boss once. Now, doing those calculations, right? Every clear, you get a certain amount of coupons. No matter how much damage you do to the boss, you will always get that flat amount of coupons. And then at the end of it, when you defeat it, then you'll get kind of a bigger sum of coupons, right? So for the first one, you get 60 per run, so 60 per entry, and then you get 120 coupons when you beat the boss. So if you're doing about average of 3 runs per, clear per time you kill the boss, so 3 runs you kill the boss, it's about 2 raid coupons per levy stone spent. Now, that is not much, because if you go to the next tier up, the sheep, the Brook, FC Brook, you get 340 for clearing and you get 90 per entry. So if you're doing 3 entries, you get about 2.9 per Levistone. And now for the last one, you will get about you will get 5150, so 5,150 for clearing it, and 150 per run. So if that takes you 3 runs, then that totals to be 18.1 raid coupons per Levistone spent. As you can see, it's a lot more efficient to do this last one, but you can only do it once a day, right? So you're going to want to be able to do it every day and clear it every day. That way you can get as much currency as possible to go clear out the shop and get your rewards. Now, if it continues being the same way as, if the prices continue being the same, right? You can clear out the shop once a day, for sure. Just by doing these, clearing the second and the third one. Now, the reason, so I guess now that I've gone over kind of what you get from each of them and what the efficiency is, I want to go a little bit over about, how to best do these raids. So the core mechanic of these bosses is that every turn that passes, these bosses will get stronger. They'll have more attack, more defense. So what you want to do is kill them quickly. Don't let them take too many turns, or else they'll get too strong. You do, no damage. So by that logic, you don't want to use a stall team, because that'll take you forever to clear. Again, be harder and harder, and you probably won't clear them in 3 runs. What you want to do is you want to bring breakers, right? So how this works is there's 3 phases for each boss. So 3 health bars. The first health bar you break with the dark root, the dark element, right? The second phase, the second health bar, you'll be breaking with the machine element. And the third health bar, you're going to be breaking with the fire element. And this is applied across all 3 bosses. And what I'd say is you want to bring at minimum 2 units to break that tier. So because you're taking about 3 runs, right? You're going to do first run, you're going to bring 2 dark units at least. Second run, you're going to bring 2 machine units at least. And third one, at least 2 fire units. That way you can break them quickly, and then within that time of breaking them, you're also going to want to have burst units that do a lot of burst damage. That way you can do the most damage you can within those turns of break and clear that stage. So again, you're going to want to bring at least 2 units to break that phase, and then you're going to want to bring burst units, burst them down within that break so you can kill them basically to get rid of that entire health bar in that break, or almost the entire health bar. And on top of breakers and burst units, you're definitely going to want like a sustain in there, because these guys do a lot of damage, especially if you're going more and more turns in. So bring a healer whenever you take damage. Alright, so this is Fate Core Gale, the Desert Treasure Hunter. Now, looking at him, his abilities, he really doesn't seem that good, unfortunately. So the first skill, 200% damage. No effects, nothing. Flat 200. Which isn't terrible for 1 mana, but it really isn't. He's only a 3-star unit, right? He's not going to have that many stats. Second one, AoE 238. Again, doesn't really do anything other than do damage, and it requires 5 mana, so expensive. And it's not that much damage either. And his passive, it just counters. And this part about the lucky guy is the only part that I think he could be useful. So it says all attacks become critical when attacking Gale or Gold Grade Robber Garrotes. So I'd say that in general, this is mostly for the Gold Grave Robber, because during exploration, when you're going across the map, you'll find those Gold Grave Robbers, and those guys are really annoying because they dodge a lot. You can only really do 1 damage, and when you do crits, you do 2 damage, right? So ideally, you're critting all the time. So unfortunately, I don't have Gale to test this, because I think that's what they're called. I think this is what I'm thinking about, unless this is the Grave Robbers you literally find while doing like the exploration mode, that the passive mode that just goes and runs around the map by itself. So if it's what I'm thinking about, you can use them in that situation where you run up against those gold robbers that are really annoying because they dodge a lot and run away after a while. And that's pretty much all that he's going to be used for, in my opinion. But yeah, so that about wraps this video up, and definitely has been a lot quicker than my first run. So like I said, a lot more efficient, a lot quicker. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. But yeah, yet again, I'm going to say this, but I really appreciate everybody who's been visiting this channel and watching my videos. In the past week and a half, I've gotten over like 150 subscribers or so, and that's been more than I've ever gotten. I mean, I had more subscribers than that before I started doing this, but you know, it was over like the span of like a couple of years. But I was also, you know, so I'm really thankful for everybody who's been watching my videos, commenting on my videos, liking, subscribing, doing all of that, because it really has been it's made me very happy, for one, and it really motivates me to continue playing this game and making these videos for you. I really wouldn't have rushed through this content so quickly if it weren't to make a video for you guys, so you guys would know, you know, what to do and what not to do, what mistakes to not make like me. So really, with that said, please, again, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs down if you didn't and tell me why, and also if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing, because I really, you know, appreciate seeing you guys return, ask questions, interact with me. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoy this event. Hopefully you guys don't make mistakes, because, you know, watching this video you've learned a lot, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace.